I'm easily wrong. It happens all the time.
So, easily wrong. Let's go ahead and move on to the actual discussion topic now that we spent an hour doing shenanigans. The My Little Pony Holiday Special for 2017 released, I am not kidding, 4 days ago. So
Oh
this
shit! I
this
don't want
is
that spoiled. I'll ditch. Catch you later. Thanks. It's been fun. I'll see you after the show.
see ya.
Maybe.
We are doing it for word, you know.
You know, the funny thing is we're literally talking about it. He doesn't want it spoiled, but okay, fair enough.
Eh,
So, yeah, I am
you,
going to put up fair warnings in. This, if you haven't read the comic yet, of course, this is spoilers. And this has literally only been out a few days. This is crazy. So this is the quickest we've ever done a comic, but it is a holiday special one, so it would be awesome to address it now. So, of course, we have the comic cover, which is ponies sliding down a sled at rocket speeds by Rainbow Dash. Yeah, I'd probably be freaking out of my gourd too, except for Pinkie Pie. So let's go ahead and get started with the holiday special and the introduction of a brand new historical figure for winter. Of course, this was written by James Asmus with art by Brenda Hickey and colors by Heather Breckel, publisher Ted Adams, edited by Bobby Curnow. And I almost wanted to start playing the freaking Reading Rainbow song here. Almost, but not quite. So, of course, it starts off with Applejack and Twilight Sparkle going out shopping for during the winter holidays. Of course, snow is starting to fall on the ground. Everybody's getting into warm outfits, and they're inquiring to the person who to their the proprietor of the craft shop if they have cotton balls, because unfortunately Spike is apparently a very bad snorer. Of course, before she could help him, she was finishing up her heartwarming display. And they were wondering, why in the world are you displaying heartwarming this early? I mean, Mayor's giving has only happened about a week ago. What kind of cockamamie insane person would put up holiday decorations this early? I mean, you'd have to be a horrible person to want to try to celebrate a wonderful time of giving so early and so freaking often, earlier and earlier, every single goddamn year. But they said that because these are for the heartwarming dolls that everybody likes to make for the heartwarming Eve, and sometimes dolls take time to make, they have to display a little bit earlier so people have a chance to crochet a hearth doll just right.
and then Pinkie Pie happens.
Unfortunately, yes. They realize that they don't want to alert Spike and Apple Bloom about Heartswarming coming up because it means that they will start to want to celebrate and enjoy the Heartswarming shenanigans. And of course, Pinkie Pie has to jump in and destroy all of that. Of course, we see the first ever snow dragon in all of pony creation. So I guess instead of making snow ponies, they make snow dragons.
That makes sense.
And Pinkie Pie, of course, brings on the cheer, bringing a Yuletide cheer. Christmas, heartwarming is coming. Not Christmas, not Hanukkah. And I just realized that Spike is talking about translating dragon scrolls. So I just got
Hey,
a weird.
reference.
Really, I was thinking more of an Elder Scrolls reference, but yeah, I think I was going way off base there.
Maybe.
So yes, they're announcing it's holidays. The holidays are coming, and that means not only do we get great treats and wonderful decorations, we also get presents. Because that's all the heartwarming is all about, right? Presents.
It's about giving and receiving, not just giving.
Okay, so Twilight, of course, comes up, says, don't forget, the holiday isn't just about presents, about appreciating all you have and the family and friends and all that junk. Unfortunately, it looks like something is starting to come down the way as they wonder, as they talk for more. Basically, they foreshadow with shadows, ironically, on their faces about heartwarming sneaking up on them just for Flim and Flam to come in on their heartwarming sleigh. And I am not gonna lie, I'm having a ridiculously hard time making sure I don't keep saying Christmas. So they come in. Happy heartwarming season, everybody! It's the Flam Brothers for heartwarming.
Breaker.
Yes.
Breaker. I'm interrupting because I have this important news bulletin for anyone who is listening in and is interested in the My Little Pony movie.
Oh shit.
I mean, it goes up for download tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's available for download. Yeah. Was that mentioned?
No. Well, we mentioned last week, but we might as well mention it now. Tomorrow, the digital release of the My Little Pony movie will be available. And remember, if you want a physical copy, you just have to wait a couple weeks. It will be out January 6th for Blu-ray, DVD, and a digital copy as well.
But if you are the modern man and you like to have your things downloaded so that way you can just watch them without taking up part of your physical space, go for it. It'll be available.
But if you download, if you're about ready for Verizon to completely destroy the internet for all mankind and you want physical copies of anything that you enjoy before they are no longer available to find online because, god damn it, we can't have anything good, can we? Physical copies will be released soon. So you can have it in your hot little hands, on your shelf, collecting dust for all eternity, ready to play whenever you want to. Without having to worry about bandwidth charges.
Or you could just kind of download it.
Don't give them that idea.
Anyways, that's it. I'm out. Peace.
Right. Peace out. But yes, the Flim Brothers come in, and unfortunately, Twilight Sparkle says the magic words "heartwarming season."
They said it first.
Well, they said it first, but unfortunately, her saying it kind of clinches it. And they immediately take point, saying, "What's that, Princess Twilight Sparkle? Heartwarming season? Why not make... That's beautiful. Why not make not only the one day of the year a wonderful holiday celebration, but every time it snows for several months, a big holiday celebration?" Because that's exactly what everybody wants, right? To have this crammed down our throat forever. So, Flim and Flam unfortunately grabbed it, and they ran with it. And not only did they apparently launched a catapult of it. Immediately launching the decorating trebuchet, or decorating catapult, which would probably put Pinky's party cannon to shame. And immediately dress up in the entire craft store in heartwarming goods. And apparently a very stylish red mustache. Honestly, I have no clue what's going on with the red mustache there.
It's just to go with the Flam Brothers.
Yep. And of course, with the sudden celebration and sudden decoration, they also give out the sudden bill. And move on to talking to everybody. How would you like the Christmas decorations? Let's put them up earlier. You can't remember how many days it is until Heartwarming? Here's an advent calendar that's more expensive by the minute. And of course, they bring out more and more goodies, which has the three presents crazed. I can't even say ponies because one of them's a dragon. We shall call them the Three Stooges.
Raised children.
No, we shall call them the Three Heartwarming Stooges. The Three Heartwarming Stooges wanting all of it. And of course, I do gotta admit, I do like Applejack and Twilight Sparkle crossing their hooves in no. That's a nice little reference there.
At least one of them can get it because they have money. The other two, not so much.
So. And of course, Applejack is trying to get them to see reason. Heartwarming is wonderful, but every time these two come out to town, they keep trying to swindle everybody. It's not like they don't have Las Pegasus all to themselves anymore, anyway. And of course, they're just saying, "But look at all of the decorations and the calendar and their excitement. It's not like they're loading us with merchandise." And then they immediately spring up the heartwarming cookies. The only thing guaranteed to satisfy Wendy the Wendigo. And of course, Spike has to unfortunately ask, who is Wendy the Wendigo? And unfortunately, there is a song involved. And even more...
There's already evidence of this out and about.
Say what?
Yeah, someone actually took lot similar to what they did with the Poniachi song. If there's a song in the comics, the fandom will make it so.
Do you have to kill everything that I want to do?
No, I'm just preemptive because I know you.
Yeah, so let me be me. You suck. You suck a lot. So he is right though. Windy the Wendigo has officially a song. So instead of me trying to make a horrible version of the song, listen to this instead.
You may have heard the history of this great holiday, how Pony, Corn, and Pegasus drove Wendigos away. But have you ever wondered, since they disappeared, how we get snow on Hearthswarming each and every year? Windy the Wendigo, she's the one to make it snow, just enough on each Hearthswarming eve. So fire up the fireplace, pour hot cider in your face. She'll bring the cold as long as you believe. Which brings us back to the cookies. These are Windy's favorite. You see, kindness keeps most Wendigos away, but Windy's special. Showing her a little kindness ensures we have just the right amount of snow to make Hearthswarming cozy. So, when you want cold but not too much, Windy brings her magic touch and a perfect gust of nice and frosty air. So buy these cookies, tell you why, throw them up into the sky, and then you will know that Windy will be there.
So yeah, like I said, this came out. This comic only came out a few days ago. So the fact that they pulled it up together like this is quite amazing. So in any case, they go through the big song and dance celebration. Yes, it's all there. Talking about Wendy the Wendigo that actually causes it to snow, and thus 1,000 fans completely lose their shit because oh shit, I actually forgot her name now. What?
No.
Snowdrop. Because Snowdrop is now officially ignored.
Hey.
Yay. So, yes, they advertise that Wendy the Wendigo loves cookies. And so they bring out Wendy the Wendigo. And unfortunately, Twilight and Applejack realize, did they just create a character that makes snow? And, of course, we also see Fry the pony ready to give up his bits. And apparently there's also a rupee down there that Spike is eyeing there.
Yeah, rupee.
Shut up and take his bits. Seriously, I like that. I like the little Fry reference there. So they start to throw Wendy the Wendigo merchandise. Cups, plushies, figures. And of course you can see exactly where this is going. So Twilight immediately jumps in and says, "Well, I do appreciate a Cherry song, and that it's things outside of snow that makes Hearthwarming special. There's more to it than just snow." And of course, Flim and Flam say that they are absolutely right. So why not go ahead and remind yourself of what makes a holiday special with a special Wendy the Wendigo holiday special comic book. At which point I feel like I just had a fourth wall slap to the face.
Then Pinky really slaps it hard.
Yeah, obviously this is a fourth wall break of interesting proportions.
What's even better is she's outside the border of the whole comic.
Yeah. So, of course, they advertise that. And now the funny thing is that one pony gets an idea, so, well, maybe more ponies will need gift boxes then because of all of these gifts. And so the Flim Flam brothers immediately launch a tirade of snow and start selling said gift boxes. So, yes, the merchandise world is a cruel, cruel mistress. And of course, Applejack and Twilight Sparkle start to drag away the crazed two of the Three Stooges, trying to get their hands on more Windy the Wendigo merchandise, including Windopoly, which obviously they have no idea how horrible that is. And then the next morning, Spike wakes up Twilight with a horrible screech as she can't get the stupid Wendigo song out of her head.
Neither will you.
I will get Windy the Wendigo. Crap. Never mind. So Spike decides to give her a wonderful wonderful warm breakfast on a perfectly chilly morning in order to start discussing his heartwarming list, which is probably longer than any list Twilight has ever made.
Chill out that second.
And immediately Twilight face plants into her breakfast. Though I do gotta admit, it is kind of funny to see a steaming hot cup of coffee down on Twilight's breakfast desk there.
See, here is everyone just going, ooh, a brand new character, specifically because of Apple Bloom.
Windy the Wendigo. And so Apple Bloom is talking about all the wonderful merchandise that she wants and all the wonderful gifts. Applejack is about ready to lose her shit, talking about how this Windy business is just driving her absolutely crazy, that they've just made it up, the Flip Phone brothers made it up, it's just a bunch of stupid merchandise, it's missing the point. And of course, Applejack tries her best to get Apple Bloom to think of anything else. So immediately points her to a nearby customer, seeing what the customer needs, but they ask if they have any of the Windy cookies. At which point, Applejack loses her shit enough to destroy an apple barrel.
Yep.
So while Applejack is walking away before something else explodes, Twilight Sparkle meets up with him, agreeing with Applejack that there's just so much of this Windy the Wendigo and heartwarming season stuff going on that it's just kind of killing them and driving them crazy. So they go into the one place that makes Twilight Sparkle happy, a bookstore, which unfortunately is playing Windy the Wendigo song over and over and over and over, and thus the retail hell that is Christmas music that gets played over and over, and God help you if you actually work in a retail store while this stuff is going on, where every 30 minutes they repeat the same playlist. Like, oh my God, can we just get some freaking pop music in here, or at least change it up a bit? How many times do we need to hear the Peanuts song, The Grinch Can Kiss My Ass? How many times can we have to listen to Santa Baby? Moving on. So they run.
Tell us all your real feelings about the holiday.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
I especially found the next scene after the whole music fiasco with Twilight saying the one thing we never thought she could say.
Scrooge.
Twilight
has unfortunately lost her marbles because they have now officially they've ruined the bookstore with filling it with Windy the Wendigo music. So they go to confront Flim and Flam, who are making a nice tidy profit from all of the wonderful merchandise. And they come up and saying that this is too much. This has gone on long enough. What do you think you're doing? You're kind of wrecking the entire holiday spirit with all of this needless merchandising, all of this stupid commercialism. You're wrecking the whole point of the holiday. And you're distracting them. What's important? They try to distract him with a song, and Twilight Sparkle almost destroys their esophagus with 2 hooves, along with an Applejack one. So apparently, the Flim Flam brothers can take 3 hooves at once in their mouth. Not sure who would want that knowledge.
Oh, there's plenty of people on Derpy Brew that want that knowledge.
Fair enough. But yes, so they were talking about how they start talking about how heartwarming is supposed to be a special time. And you were the one that said it's supposed to be heartwarming season. And then immediately shove a bunch of cookies down Twilight's throat before she could object. and use her as an advertisement.
For assault, and you know what that means.
A cookie assault and battery. But yes, they use Twilight. They immediately start using the fact that they shove cookies down Twilight's face as a gimmick in order to say that even the princess loves the cookies, so you must buy more. And of course, Applejack feels completely beaten down. I'm not surprised considering they have the audacity to literally shove cookies down a princess's throat. So Twilight Sparkle finally gets the idea. You know what? I think we are going to need to take this a different direction. And so she goes up and starts singing her praises. You were right. This is a wonderful season, and we need to keep the whole entire season of Heartswarming for the entire season long. So we should extend the generosity of Heartswarming to everyone. And why not extend this generosity by asking nothing but kindness in return, and that the windy items should be free of charge for kindness because of the kindness of Heartswarming Eve.
And this is the moment where you realize you done fucked up.
No, unfortunately, yep. So we could see through the horrible faces of Flim and Flam that they realize that even their prices, even the prices that they are charging the merchandise, that they've already spent too much money making the junk, that if they start to give it away for free, they would definitely be at a loss. And so, of course, Twilight throws the challenge to them. Why don't you show them the same generosity? Go ahead and let them have the merchandise. Maybe give them a free windy item because they are it's supposed to be the most generous time of the year. And of course, nothing turns customers on shop owners than saying something should be free. Seriously. Yeah, anytime you put free on anything, people go mad and mental. So, Flim and Flam realize that the Flim Flam is up. They immediately kick Twilight and Applejack out of the way as they say, oh no, we're out of merchandise. We must run. And then they run. And then every pony starts to yell at them. So what in the hell are we supposed to do now? We can't get any of the windy merchandise that our kids want. We waited in line for nothing. And unfortunately, one pony has a horrible addiction to the cookies. And of course, now they're left wondering what in the world just happened. And the three Stooges come up and say, well, guess what? You just wrecked Heartswarming for them now. Because now they can't get anything that they wanted on their list. The fun that they were having is no longer there. And they're left with nothing. And then of course, Twilight tries to come up to the fact that, but we were trying to keep the tradition of the holiday. And Apple Bloom brings out, but they're having fun. It doesn't matter if they're getting crazy merchandise thrown at them, and that there's all this crazy music and all this weird stuff that actually makes absolutely no sense to the holiday. It was still something that they were enjoying and having fun with. And that they aren't idiots for wanting to actually just enjoy some of the decorations and the weirdness and Windy the Wendigo. Though, in all honesty, I kind of questioned a little bit when they started trying to buy a giant advent calendar of it. But maybe they like all of the crazy over-the-top shit. Maybe that's what they enjoy. And
So,
of course, we
what
see...
do they really spend money on outside of food and shelter?
And of course, they walk away in a horrible stomp in anger. And of course, Applejack it brings out to the one point, but Windy isn't even real, or how come it ain't even snowing? Which unfortunately does start snowing. So after a little while, everybody has a chance to heal their wounds. Everybody gets back into the holiday spirit. Applejack and Twilight realize, well, tradition is important, but sometimes it's also important for people to have fun, as long as it's within reason, of course. Let's keep that in mind, everybody. Yes, you can have fun with the holiday and Christmas decorations. Just please don't lose your house and home because you really needed that giant inflatable Santa with a saxophone. Okay. So they realize that maybe they should... That I believe that, well, let's just sum it best to what Applejack's saying. Folks believe what they want to believe. And maybe it just isn't the best time to argue about it. The ponies I loved are gathered and happy. You think it makes a lick of difference if they don't agree on everything? Yeah. So basically, they realized that maybe they shouldn't try to wreck a holiday just to prove a point. And of course, both sides realized they were being idiots. Everybody has happy, everybody makes merry, everybody apologizes. It's a holiday special. What do you expect? And of course, Granny Smith starts to try to sing the Windy the Wendigo song, much to everybody's chagrin, because yeah, the song got played to death, and we all know it. A big shout out to Happy Heartswarming Eve to everybody. They all get shoved inside to get warm and enjoy some hot apple cider. And Apple Bloom always has to ask, what if Windy is out there actually making it snow every year? And of course, we see a little silhouette. Is there really a Windy the Wendigo? Does snow happen from a friendly Wendigo that just wants cookies to feel appreciated and make it snow? No, it's just Rainbow Dash, and she's part of the weather team. Yeah, of course she's the one making it snow. Go figure.
Also, first time we have seen Dash actually do a job.
Well, considering that she's a Wonderbolt as well, but we'll leave that one alone.
Yep.
And now, of course, we have the big happy heartswarming from all of us to you. We see all the ponies with their families and friends, except we obviously see two missing parents of the Applejacks. Yep, they're not there. Still not there. Though I do find it kind of funny that Starlight Glimmer and Sunburst are right there. Yeah, Sunburst are right there in the corner. That is kind of funny.
Hey, Scoots, where are your parents?
Oh wait, is she? Oh my God, she isn't in it. Yeah, she's crowding out Rainbow Dash's parents. She's adopting herself to them. Okay, yeah.
My dad already adopted her metaphorically.
Alright, but yeah, we can have fun with that. And that is it for the Holiday Heartswarming comic special. So, in all honesty, I love the comic. I haven't gotten a physical version of it yet. Unfortunately, when it did physically come out, I was, again, still having the financial troubles, and I couldn't go out and buy one because I didn't know if I was going to have any money. Luckily, that didn't become an issue. But I bought a digital version today, and I literally read that about 3 hours ago before the show. And I liked it. It was fun. Yeah, it gives you a little bit of an... I do kind of like the moral a little bit, because it does kind of play onto the whole remembering the tradition of Christmas as to the intense marketing of Christmas. Granted, yes, we go a little bit overboard sometimes with all the stuff. I mean, I can't imagine how many different artificial Christmas trees, giant inflated Santas, Christmas light displays that are completely over the top and insane. And admittedly, the Christmas music gets really, really ridiculous with the overplaying. But
all the annoying Christmas commercials.
The Christmas commercials notwithstanding, because I haven't watched TV in years. Outside of the PlayStation View just for the pony episodes.
Oh, also, it's the whole thing. I have a radio station that started playing Christmas music on the 15th of November.
Yeah, at least I waited that long. But dialing it back, it is still fun for those people to just like celebrate the holidays in a big bombastic way. So everybody enjoys the holidays in their own special way, and we just have to remember that it's a time of togetherness and loving one another, and try not to get swept up in the commercialization of buying a bunch of toasters for $5. Please don't get swept up in that. Those toasters suck.
If you want something into a little bit more perspective, it's only one ever Christmas Day truce in war that I know of, where both sides on the eve and on the day, regardless of which side fought, they met in the middle of no man's land, and they had fun, and they exchanged gifts.
Anybody else expecting Toa to suddenly just start going Linus on us? Behold,
But-
there was a
Maybe.
manger. That's what Christmas was all about, Charlie Brown. I was almost
No.
half expecting you to start going off like that. But
Oh, I'm doing the Christmas truce
I
because
know the Christmas truce, and it is an awesome truce there. But in all honesty, Christmas is a time to enjoy. And despite, I know I was rambling a little bit about silly stuff like that. And yes, that stuff gets on my nerves beyond belief. But I still try to enjoy the holiday for what it is. And then I go into work and have to deal with really angry people that don't. So yeah, that's fun. Um,
Mhm.
but I liked the comic. It was a good comic. It was fun. It had some silly moments, a few fourth wall references, as well as just little callbacks to other things that we know of. And it was fun altogether. I really enjoyed it. So I would highly recommend anybody that even liked the comic a little bit, pick it up, buy it, enjoy it. You can have it for years, or until your hard drive fails because you had to buy it digitally. You know who I'm talking to.
Well, you could just re-download it.
Unless the website goes down.
Yep.
Checking me.
Well, also, boss, here's something else. Guess before Rainbow Dash came into play.
What's that?
Well, I was like, wait, what are the Pegasi? And then I saw Dash, and I went, oh, the Pegasi take care of the weather, and when it snows or not.
What's that noise? No, seriously, is somebody playing something?
What?
I'm just hearing something in the background. You know what? Never mind. I'm going a little overboard here. Let's.
Not me, I'm wearing headphones.
All right. Maybe I'm hearing something. All right. So, any case, well, that is it for the comic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, you should go ahead and pick it up if you liked it. Uh, da, 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 da. Uh, you know what? I think that Silver Quill didn't really address the fact that Ponyville got all pissed at them, but I'm pretty sure that they also made amends with them as well. I mean, I think they were just more pissed about the situation, and eventually, once people calm down, they realize that sometimes they're just being silly.
That, and they forgot the Pegasi are the ones that control the weather.
I'm gonna just leave that one alone. Hmm. Why would you buy it, then allow a review to decide if you're gonna read it or? Actually, I gotta admit that is kind of stupid. If you bought it, just read it. Who cares what the review says? Judge for yourself. I can't even. That's the one important thing in life. Judge for yourself. I can never say that enough.